Welcome to Channel 18, and to my far right is Matt Cannon, the director of the Harwich Conservation Wildlife Area, and next to him is Garrett Johnson. Welcome, Garrett. I understand you're a one-day new member.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
They just grabbed you. Well, that's good. Well, I hope you're in for a wonderful time. And then to my immediate right is Michael Lack, the executive director, and I'm Paul Kaufman. And we're going to talk today about
Americorps
first, and then we're going to go into mushrooms and the wildlife stuff.
Excellent. Thanks for having us, Paul.
Well, we enjoy it.
Yeah. Thanks.
And so who's going to do the Americorps?
I think it's great that we have Garrett here with us, and obviously Matt. Matt actually is an Americorps alum. He served with the Americorps program 10.5 months as an individual placement with Harwich Conservation Trust and Town of Harwich Conservation Department, since the Town and Harwich Conservation Trust partner with Americorps. And now, yeah, we've been lucky to have an Americorps person each year for several years, and I'm going to allow Matt and Garrett to talk a little bit more about Americorps program and Garrett's background.
Sure. So Americorps Cape Cod, for those of you who don't know, maybe you'll see the big A around, and a group of young folks, about 13 in Wellfleet, 13 in Bourne, and now I think 4 or 5 in Wellfleet with the Fire Corps. So it's a community-based residential service program overseen by the larger National Americorps program and funded by the Massachusetts Service Alliance and Barnstable County. So it's a great way to actually get people involved in doing community service in Barnstable County. And every town, nonprofit land trusts, we all need some extra help. So it really does offer some young hands and able bodies to help us out, do what we need to do to engage more volunteers, natural resource management, education, disaster preparedness. Whenever there's a hurricane or a blizzard, they help with the American Red Cross. So it's a great service for our community. I was lucky enough to be a member, and I was actually placed with Harwich Conservation Trust, I think 5 years ago. So I was in Garrett's seat 5 years ago. And yeah, it's a great program. We're lucky to have Garrett.
Thank you. Yeah, my name's Garrett Johnson. I'm from Arlington, Virginia, and I just graduated in May from the College of William and Mary. I've never been to the Cape before, but on September 1st I came up, and for the past 1.5 months been receiving extensive training everywhere from aquaculture to trail maintenance to disaster relief to first aid and fundraising. So yeah, it's great being here. Matt took me out yesterday and saw the town of Harwich. You have some beautiful trails, and I can't wait to get started helping you maintain your conservation trust.
That's great.
Yeah. Very nice.
Isn't it great to
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and your first time up to the Cape.
Yeah.
What do you think so far?
Oh, it's amazing. It's a whole nother world. Yeah.
That's excellent.
I think you're right. It is a whole nother world.
Well, we feel grateful to partner with Garrett and the Greater Americorps program.
Very good.
Yeah.
Now we're going to Matt for his
mushrooms.
mushrooms.
People have probably been noticing, especially after finally we got some decent rains, although we certainly could use more after such a long dry spell.
Yes, yeah, we're still, maybe 6 or 7 inches short or something.
Yeah, and then we've seen this profusion of abundance of mushrooms springing up here and there, and we had a very popular mushroom walk led by volunteer Wes Price, who is a member of the Cape Cod Mycological Club, and Matt actually joined that walk this past weekend, and want to share a little bit of your experience?
Sure. I did not know really that much about fungi in general. I took a little in biology, but we had about 24 people or so walking on Saturday, beautiful day, and I think everyone really had a whole new look at the forest floor because all of them are out at this point, and the little mushrooms you see are only one component to this huge organism that lives underground. So those are just kind of the flower or fruit of the actual organism. Really, I think what most people learned is you really should be very careful when picking, especially if you're foraging. They are not all edible, and even if you think it's edible, it may not be. So just be very careful and make sure you go with someone who knows if you are doing that. And you know, we talked about stewardship of areas, so if you are picking a mushroom, you know, you make sure you cover the area and try not to disrupt too much going on underground, because it takes a lot of time for that little fruit to grow. So they're special organisms, very unique, and keep an eye out for them. You can touch them, most of them, but I would not try to eat any of them without an expert around.
What are they used for?
They can be used for a lot of things. There are a lot of medicinal uses that he didn't get into too much, but it's mostly, there are some that you can eat for food and some medicinal purposes. But really it's part of a larger cycle, you know, nitrogen cycles and all the cycles that go on, carbon cycle. They're a big player in those. So
Another reason to preserve land.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yeah. But you know, it's another example of how we're offering folks an opportunity to get out on the land and learn more about it. Our next free guided walk will be on Saturday, November 19th at 10 a.m. in Hawks Nest State Park. Just register for that one. It's called the Turkey Talk Walk, led by Erwin Shore, one of our veteran walk leaders. He's going to.
Where is this place?
It's going to be Hawks Nest State Park, right off Spruce Road, which is off right off Route 137 near the Exit 11, Route 6. Just email us at events@harwichconservationtrust.org if you'd like to attend. Again, the walk is free. We just ask that people register in advance by email. Again, events@harwichconservationtrust.org, or you can see walk details at harwichconservationtrust.org. It's going to be fun. He's going to talk about not only the wildlife habitats and natural history of Hawks Nest area, but also a long since gone turkey farm from way back when. Perfect timing, right around the run-up to Thanksgiving. So Erwin,
why do turkeys travel in such big groups?
I think you'll have to attend November 19th to learn more. And
I mean, there's always 12 of them.
I know. It's amazing how often you come across these turkey flocks just sort of wandering about. Yeah. So, anyways, it'll be fun, and there are more events coming up. A whole wonderful series of winter talks coming up January, February.
Indian winter program.
We'll talk about that next time. But generally speaking, head on out to any of our trails from dawn to dusk. You can find trail maps at our website, harwichconservationtrust.org. It's just a beautiful time of year. We also have some really interesting volunteer activities going on right now. Our volunteer Boundary Quest crew.
Yeah, now I got a magazine from Harwich Conservation Trust.
Well, this one probably, the newsletter, maybe. Yes, this should I show it to your viewers? This just came out. If you'd like your own copy, if you haven't gotten one, this is our autumn 2016 newsletter. Some wonderful stories in here, updates about our land-saving projects, and a wonderful photo essay about the Wildlands musical stroll that took place in September.
Yes, that was great.
And it's just a real fun read. And again, beautiful photos, all contributed by our volunteer photographers. The mushroom photos you saw earlier were all contributed by volunteer photographer James Carboni. You know, the other photos you've been seeing about on fall foliage from Vince DeWitt. The ones on Boundary Quest, people out in the field during this time of year, contributed by David Constance. I mean, it's amazing. Some of these photos could be on National Geographic. We just encourage people to get out there, enjoy the great outdoors on some of these beautiful trails, and visit us at our website, or stop on by the office in South Harwich to learn more about our upcoming events.
Yeah, I interrupted you. You were going to talk about boundaries.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, it's just a real quick recap. These folks have been going out each fall through April when the leaves are down to identify, mark, and map our property boundaries.
And you have volunteers that help you with that?
Yes, yeah, they head on out, and it's very important for us to know where these properties are on the ground. These properties have been entrusted to Harwich Conservation Trust through land donation or purchased through member donations to preserve these properties in perpetuity. So it's important to know where the boundaries are so that we can best protect them and care for the land over time.
So very good. So you're
Yeah.
into that.
Yes.
And that's you have other things to do today, and so we're going to thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us.
And,
Yeah.
Garrett,
Garrett and
have a good time.
Thank you.
Enjoy your stay as an Americorps.
Much appreciated.
Thank you, and good luck to you, Matt.
Thank you.